Trump has spoken, and there's no turning back. We're not looking at pausing tariffs. That one sentence just sent shockwaves through global markets, trade desks, and diplomatic channels. And it's not just about China. It's about a full-spectrum reset of how America does business with the world. In this video, we break down what Trump just announced, why it matters, and how this marks the next chapter in the America First economic doctrine. No apologies, no retreat. Chapter 1. The Statement That Shook Markets. In a press conference held at Trump National in Bedminster, Donald Trump made it crystal clear. We have many countries coming to negotiate deals with us, and they're going to be fair deals. With China, I said if that tariff isn't removed by tomorrow at 12 Wasser, we're putting a 50% tariff on top of the tariffs we've already put on. This wasn't speculation. This was policy. And the message? The era of globalist compromise is over. America isn't going to play nice. It's going to play hardball. Chapter 2. The China Standoff. Let's talk about China. The current U.S. tariffs already target $300 billion in Chinese goods, electronics, steel, automotive parts, semiconductors. And now, Trump is threatening to add another 50% on top. This would bring the effective rate on many key categories to over 80%. Why? Trump says, it's an honor to do it because we've just been destroyed by what they've done to our system. This is about more than trade. It's about intellectual property theft, industrial espionage, currency manipulation, and the erosion of American manufacturing. Trump believes China has exploited every loophole, taken every shortcut, and bled the U.S. dry, all while Americans watched passively. No more. Chapter 3. America First. This is America First, but turbocharged. In his first term, Trump initiated tariffs and trade battles to shake up the global order. In his second act, he's not playing defense, he's going on offense. Here's what we're seeing. Strategic tariffs as leverage, coordinated negotiations with allies, decoupling from hostile supply chains, reindustrialization of the U.S. heartland, and this time, there's no internal resistance. The bureaucracy has been purged. The Trump team is unified. And Wall Street is no longer calling the shots. Trump put it bluntly. We didn't put America first. We put America last, and we're not going to stand for it. That's not a campaign slogan. That's a doctrine. Chapter 4. Global Response. Panic and Positioning. The global response? Mixed. China is reportedly preparing countermeasures, including bans on rare earth exports and new digital tariffs. The EU is scrambling to avoid being next on Trump's list. Sources say back-channel talks have already begun to restructure existing trade deals. Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan, longtime allies, are rushing to secure favorable exemptions. Behind the scenes, the U.S. Trade Representative is said to be drafting a global tariff index, a blueprint to rebalance trade relationships with every country. We're talking about a global reshuffle. Chapter 5. The Economic Strategy. Shock and realign. What Trump is doing isn't random. It's part of a broader strategy known internally as shock and realign. Step 1. Introduce tariffs to break inertia. Step 2. Force renegotiations from a position of dominance. Step 3. Realign supply chains toward allied, domestic, or neutral partners. We've already seen early success. U.S. manufacturing jobs have spiked in key states. Foreign companies are relocating to avoid tariffs. Investment is pouring into domestic semiconductors, defense tech, and steel. Trump isn't trying to destroy globalization. He's trying to weaponize it for national gain. Chapter 6. Why this works and who it hurts. Critics say tariffs raise prices. They do. But here's the flip side. They also reset economic incentives. They force companies to invest in local production. They empower workers over financiers. This isn't about short-term consumer pain. It's about long-term sovereignty. And it hurts. Multinational corporations addicted to cheap labor. Global financial institutions profiting from arbitrage. foreign regimes who depend on access to U.S. markets. In other words, the old world order. Chapter 7. Tariffs as Tools of War. Let's go deeper. Tariffs aren't just economic levers. They're geopolitical weapons. Used correctly, they cripple adversaries, divide alliances, strengthen domestic cohesion. Used recklessly, they spark inflation, create shortages, erode global goodwill. Trump's gamble is that the U.S. is too essential to be punished long-term. He's betting that America's economic gravity will pull partners closer and force enemies to play by new rules. Chapter 8. The Media Meltdown. Predictably, the mainstream media is panicking. Headlines read, Trump risks global recession with tariff threats. America first is America alone, again. Business leaders warn of trade war fallout. But here's the thing. The same media said NAFTA was untouchable. The same experts said China would never bend. The same economists said manufacturing jobs were never coming back. And they were wrong. Again and again. Chapter 9. What comes next? If China doesn't lift their tariffs by Trump's deadline, expect a formal announcement of the 50% increase. Immediate retaliation by Beijing. Market turbulence, currency manipulation, and capital flight. But also expect rapid-fire deals with friendly nations. New trade frameworks outside the WTO. A resurgence of made-in-America industries. This is economic warfare with clear objectives. And Trump is going all in. Chapter 10. The bottom line. This isn't about tariffs. It's about who controls the global system. For decades, America ceded control to multinational corporations, to unelected bureaucrats, to adversarial regimes. Trump's policy is simple. Leverage America's dominance to reset the board. No more free trade. No more endless compromise. This is reciprocal trade. And as Trump said, we're not looking at pausing tariffs. He means it.